What would be the legislative priorities?
Well, I think the legislative priority for the Democrats in the Senate will be to continuing to make sure that we bring inflation down, that we lower costs. I hope that the priorities will be in two particular areas that I hear a lot about: providing more housing and affordable housing around the Commonwealth and around the country. And we're going to need, I think, an innovative set of new policies that look not just at the demand side, where Kamala Harris has talked about things like, down payment assistance, but more on the supply side. How can we make it easier for home builders to construct and build new housing? There's some very creative activity going on in Henrico County, where they've literally dedicated funds from the data centers, the tax revenue, into a very, very creative system that's building a lot of new affordable housing. I think taking that on a national scale. The other issue I know that the Democrats in the Senate will take on will be the cost of childcare. Childcare costs rise exponentially. We're going to need some new thinking about that. The child tax credit is one component, but we also have to look at ways that we can bring down the operational costs on childcare. And I know Tim and I both will continue to look on the national security in the national security domain. I can tell you that we've never faced a challenger like China. And let me say, China is a great nation, and my beef is not with the Chinese people; it is with the Communist Party of China. But in technology domain after technology domain, China is competing with this, whether it be, we've seen actions we've taken already under Democratic leadership, like the CHIPS bill, but we may need similar investments in areas around biotech, around artificial intelligence. I personally believe that if we're going to have a greener energy system in this country, we need small modular nuclear power. Nuclear power has to be part of the mix. And I think a Democratic administration or Democratic Senate would take that on. So I think from a domestic standpoint, I would put up bringing down cost and continuing bringing down inflation. Housing and childcare as two of the points. On the national security front, continuing to build our alliances, but particularly focusing on this technology competition with China, which is both about job creation in terms of the innovation around that, but also has a very, very strong national security implication.